Hey everybody, it's Michelle Walker Wade here again with another Get Mobilized moment. I'm coming again to discuss resumes once again, and today I'd like to talk about a summary of qualifications. Now, in videos prior, I've talked about the objective statement, and I've talked about using a targeted job title on your resume and kind of giving you some tips about how to use a targeted job title and when to use an objective statement. However, today I want to talk about the summary of qualifications, which is a very, very hot item on resumes right now, and I highly recommend that you consider using a summary of qualifications. Now, a summary of qualifications is the list of qualifications that would be right at the top of your resume, right under your contact information. Now, if you chose to have a targeted job title, you would put the targeted job title first, and then right beneath that, you would have your summary of qualifications. It's very important that when you use a summary of qualifications, again, as I always state, that your resume is targeted. So it's pretty much customized to almost every job you're applying for. So it would be your summary of qualifications. Now, how do you go about determining which of your qualifications to list in your summary of qualifications? What you'll want to do is look at the job ad. Look at the skills that the skills that the employer is requiring, or the education that the employer is requiring. Whatever you see under required, anything you see under desired, anything you see next to the word qualifications for that position. Now look at those, and if you have what they want, make sure you list that in your summary of qualifications. So, for example, if the education requirements say must have at least a bachelor's degree in marketing, and you have a bachelor's degree in marketing, you want to put that at the top of the page, right with your summary of qualifications. Sometimes it'll say must have a bachelor's degree in marketing or some other related subject. So let's say you don't have a degree in marketing, but you do have a degree in business communications. So you'll still use that because you're showing that you have a degree that is in a related field. So whatever qualifications are in the job posting, which again, this is why you have to target that resume and kind of customize it to the job, you want to put that in your summary of qualifications. Now, many people have a summary of qualifications on their resume already, and it's pretty generic, and it's pretty much the things that you want to tell someone about yourself that you think are important, and you kind of use the same summary of qualifications from resume to resume. Again, you want to target your resume, which means you'll have to take some time to pull away from those summary qualifications, from the list of summary qualifications, the items that don't really apply to the particular job for which you're applying. There are some other buzzwords that we've used in summary of qualifications, team player, and things like that. And those aren't necessarily necessary right now. What's most important is that whatever the employer has taken the time to put on their resume, on their job ad, that your resume shows how you have what they're looking for. Another thing that you can do with your summary of qualifications, let's say you're looking at the job ad, and because you've had experience in the particular job or industry, you know that there are some qualifications that are necessary that maybe the employer did not list on the job ad. Well, of course, an employer can't tell you everything about a job on a job ad. So it's good that if you look at the job ad and you say, well, I've done this job, so I also know this is an important qualification, that you go ahead and enlist that as well on your summary of qualifications. Now, let's say you are applying for an accounting position as a staff accountant, and you clearly from your resume have worked in accounting 4, 5, 6 or more years. Under your summary of qualifications and your related skills, there's no need to list things like your 10 key. clearly if you've been working in accounting, you've got to be able to use a 10 key. Your experience in that regard will speak for itself. So save that space for something that's highly important. For example, if the job wants you to be able to do cost accounting, make sure you list something about cost accounting. Use that space wisely. In your summary of qualifications, you can say 5 years in cost accounting in whatever kind of industry you were working for, or a variety of industries. But make sure you list it there. And then, this is something that we'll talk about at another time in the future, when you get ready to talk about the job itself, so it's in another part of the resume, you'll want to show your accomplishments. What did you accomplish as the cost accountant? What money did you reconcile, or what new reports did you create that maybe weren't there prior to your coming, that helped the business recognize or understand where their money was going, how their costs were going, and you brought that particular tool, if you will, to the company and it wasn't there before. Make sure you put that in your accomplishments so that your potential employer knows that you do things that make a difference in the business world, in their business, and that you're not just there to collect a check, but you're there to make things better and more efficient for the employer. I hope this information has helped you once again, and if you have not done a summary of qualifications on your resume, I recommend that you do one. If you need some assistance, go ahead and put a note right here, and I will give you some feedback on a summary of qualifications. Have a great day and go out and get mobilized.